everybody, and welcome back to my channel. This is Ebbie from Ebbie Reviews, and this evening we're going to be reviewing GStatus ATL Hustle Final Season Finale. It's called It's Over. It was two hours and some change. It was 2.5 hours. It's 2.5 hours long, and at first it premiered like in the middle of the day on Friday, and then it disappeared for hours, and then it showed up and they premiered again at 9 o'clock. And I came to both premieres late, so I missed the beginning, so I had to wait until it was permanently posted so that I could go back and watch the whole thing from the beginning, because it was a lot that happened. We start out with clearly they have gotten the message about the long recaps at the beginning, because it literally said what happened last time on GStatus, and it said see episode 9, link in the bio, and that was it. So we go to Sharad, and Sharad said he felt humiliated at Safari's pillow talk by Corday, insinuating that he had HIV. So he set up an HIV information session with some counselors from Hype to Empower, which is an organization that provides educational services for people who are HIV positive. Ember was calling it his community service. I don't know if he was actually using this as community service hours, like he had to pay off. I don't know, but that's what he was calling it. So they all get together. Sharad looks over it from jump, like he has a bad attitude from the get-go. Apparently he had an issue with Ember. And Ember had been talking about him, and of course it got back to Sharad through Corday that Ember had been running off at the mouth about him. Now, I don't understand how Ember feels like he can do all of this shit talking and gossiping and all this stuff and don't think it's never going to get back to anybody that he's talking about. If you're gonna have, we're not doing that this time. If you're gonna have an issue with somebody bringing back something that you've said, don't say it. And that's the beginning and end of it. Apparently, Corday and Ember don't get along. There was an incident at some club, and Ember and Corday actually got into a physical altercation. Apparently the cameras weren't there, so there's no footages. There's no footages of that particular incident, so we're not exactly sure what happened. I'm sorry if this seems really dry. I'm losing what's left of my voice. It's the end of a long day, and this whole thing was draining to watch, and it was a lot. And I feel drained, and after this I'm going to bed. I'm going to take this face off and I'm going to go to bed. So Sharad is very still sensitive about this porn subject and him doing porn, and people know he doing porn, and is it a hobby, it's not his profession, whatever the case may be. My nose is super shiny. I don't care. Okay. So in the middle of this information session, and they're having a conversation, Zafar gets up and he goes and comes back with snacks. And it was like, oh, there's food here? And it was like, yeah, you didn't see the craft services table over in the corner, blah, 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 blah. Alright, that's cute. So the two counselors at the informational session's names was Will and Lamar. And so Ember is there. It's Ember, Milan, Zafar, and Sharad. And True Fine shows up later. So, Ember seems to be having... he doesn't seem to be able to have a conversation that doesn't include him throwing shade at somebody. Or throwing subliminal shots to people. Like, I don't understand why, if you're gonna have a conversation about such and such a topic, why do you feel the need to throw shots at people, especially somebody you barely know and clearly has done nothing to you or said anything about you or to you? Why do you feel the need to cause an issue? Because that's exactly what he did. He caused an issue. So once they take a break, then Sharad addresses the issue with Ember and explains that I know you've been talking about me because I saw the text message. Or they showed me the text message that where you were talking junk about me. And so Ember clearly got defensive. Words were thrown back and forth to Sharad got to the point where he was sick of the shit. Smacked the I forgot Ember showed up to the informational the HIV thing drunk. Having that polar cup. I'm assuming that's where he looked at. I don't know. But Sharad smacks the cup out of Ember's hand, and then it proceeds to become a physical altercation between the two of them. The fight gets broken up by the producer Ja and the other producer KL. And so they separate them, and then they try and get. Then Ember decides to leave, and try and get Sharad to calm down because he's clearly on a 750, and they need him at about a 4. So they try to talk to him and talk him down from being so hyped. Ember goes to leave, and he's talking shit as he leaves. And Sharad tries to go after him a couple more times and is successful. And Ember just keeps egging it on until he actually leaves the building. More happened, and there was a link in the description to go to more of what happened in the informational session. But I just don't have it in me to watch it just yet. Maybe I'll watch it tomorrow and come back and give an addendum about that as well. But we will see, because this, like I said, it was a lot and it was draining. So they're talking about taking a trip to the most housewives shows and reality shows, like Love and Hip Hop and stuff. They take a trip at the end of the year, to somewhere, and they're talking about going to Miami. I knew they wasn't going to Miami from jump, cause niggas. So in the HIV counseling session, when Sharad and Ember got to fighting, the counselor was just looking like, what the fuck is happening? Who booked this chicken shit gig? Is honestly the look he had on his face. So Krishan, who has a thing for Sharad, is saying he inviting people to Miami. I thought it was a producer trip, but apparently Krishan came up with the idea, I guess. Maybe he's a producer. I don't know. So first he meets with Ember, because those are 2 new cast members, and so I guess they have some type of history. So Ember is being super messy and shows Sharad's porn to Krishan, knowing Krishan has a thing for Sharad. And so he's being super messy about that, and he was like, okay, well, it is what it is. And so Ember leaves, and Sharad shows up. And Krishan is like, let me just be honest. He makes my dick jump. Yeah. Okay. That's. Whew. All right. So they met at a speed dating event, which apparently was recorded but never shown. Which could have been shown. I don't understand the. I don't understand the editorial choices made. Some of the editorial show you don't show the speed dating event. You didn't have cameras at whatever this event was where hands was thrown. So, like, I feel like a lot of the editorial choices were not the best this season. Yeah, I didn't show the speed dating event, but you showed the whole thing with Charlie and his best friend rock climbing for no earthly reason. What? But okay. So Krishan says, after speaking with Sharad and Ember, that he's going to invite everybody to. He's going to set up a counseling session for everyone because he wants everybody to be on one accord and everything to be squashed before everybody goes to Miami. Oh, that's where my notes ended. Okay, so we go to the counseling session. And so, everybody from the cast is there. True Fine. Sharad. Milan. Akeem. Ember. Krishan. Tremel. Charlie. Corday. So everybody is there. So they're sitting around having a conversation, trying to hash out all of their issues when Charlie gets a grand entrance and he goes to everyone to speak, and he rolls up on Sharad and he's like, do we have a problem? And he stops for a minute to wait for a response, and he's like, yeah, no, that's what I thought, and then goes sit down. Apparently Charlie is upset because during the HIV informational session, Sharad was talking about the listening party and how you couldn't really Charlie just pressed the play button on the music inside the booth and then disappeared. And then he said he didn't want to hang out with the rest of the people because they were boring. And if that's what you said, then that's just what you said. And then he said that the song wasn't good, or he didn't appreciate the song. And so Charlie took offense to that, and he was talking about you shit talking my event and my song and blah 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 blah. And when you see a bitch and you have an issue, you address them on site. Period. And so that's what he did, but that really didn't go anywhere. So they're continuing to talk with the counselor and try to hash out and reconcile all of their differences. True Fine says, it don't really make me no never mind because it's likely to be I get on the plane with y'all, and then when we land I get off, and then y'all don't see me again until it's time to get back on the plane because I'm finna get ghost and do whatever I want to do and fuck what you heard and all that good stuff. Which would literally be me. That would be me. Cause I don't. Now Sharad is talking about I don't want to go on this trip if people being fake and phony and da 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 da. Milan tries to hash out his issue with Akeem. Akeem is like, I'm not playing this game with you. I don't want to do this with you. I don't like you. Fuck you and all this other stuff. And he's like, and you really trying to keep fucking with me, you're gonna get beat. And so that triggers Milan, who jumps across the couch and goes for Akeem. He never gets there because there is actually security there at the counseling session and keeps them apart. They take Milan out of the room so that he can cool down. Uh, in the interim, they're still trying to hash out all of the issues. Ember is running off repeatedly at the mouth. It seems that he has an issue with pretty much everybody. Like he got into a physical altercation with Corday. He got into a physical altercation with Sharad, and I don't know what it is that triggered him and True Fine, because everybody was talking over each other, so I really didn't understand how we even got to that point with True Fine. But True Fine, who is normally sitting in the cut giggling and, you know, high as the Georgia pine, so he's above it and not bothered. And next thing I know, he is putting a bop 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 on Ember. Now, apparently, Ember and True Fine are from Memphis. I don't know if they had a previous history to where True Fine was like, I'm sick of your shit and come on, get these hands. But that definitely seemed to be like it just came out of just there's nowhere. And actually, you know, True Fine is beating the bricks off this shelf. And so he get himself up off the floor and gather himself. And then True Fine come again flying from out of nowhere and pop, 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 some more. So, that is, at that point, they're like, yeah, we're not going. This is not going to happen. These people can't get along together. Ja is like, that's it, it's over. I'm done. Pack it up. We done filming for the day. That's it. It's over. And so that is how that situation panned out. And then we saw a cute little commercial trailer for the reunion. They set a date. I can't remember what the date was. Doesn't matter because that means nothing to them. Clearly dates mean nothing because they put dates out all the time that are untrue. So I don't know when the reunion is coming out. It'll be here when it gets here, and then I will review that. It looked like things got heated at the reunion as well. This season has had its ups and downs. It's been very draining, but all in all, it was a pretty good season. I applaud the cast and the crew. They did a good job with what they had going on. At the end, what the child name is, Akeem said that he's the boss and he's in charge. So next season is gonna be different. What he said goes. So we will see what happens next season. But yeah, that's all that I had. And again, I apologize for this review being real monotone and real lackluster. I feel like I still feel the swaying from the disembarkation syndrome, so I still feel like I'm on the ship and I'm moving and I'm not, which causes me to be very dizzy. And like I said, this is the end of a very long day and I'm losing my voice. So I promise to have more pep in my step in the next review situation that we got going on. I don't know what it's. I still need to catch up on Black Lightning and This Is Us. Because I've had a lot of stuff. I went on vacation and stuff, so I've had a lot of things going on. But I promise to get caught up, hopefully this week. And that's all I have for this review. If you want a more in-depth review with more detail oriented, please check out Ty Couture's channel. I'm waiting for his review to drop for this last season finale. It's going to be way better than mine. It's because it was a lot and I'm drained, and my fucks to give account is in the negative, so I'm trying my best. But yeah, that's all I got, and I will catch y'all in the next one.